Hello, I'm here on Church Street again on this busy Monday afternoon. There's some food for thought. The more our city is culturally changed, the more and more communities are going to look like the top of Smithdown Road, Kensington and Fairfield. They're going to become unfamiliar and unfriendly places. Don't believe me? Have a walk in and around the top of Smithdown Road or Molyneux Road, Boulder Street in Kensington. You will see they're unfamiliar, unfriendly places now because a different culture prevails there, right? So the more and more new arrivals sink their roots deeper and deeper in our glorious city, the more and more they're in the driving seat. When they're in the driving seat, we dance to their tune. Remember that. Now, it's not hatred, prejudice. This is how it works out. This is history. Just look through history. It's not Joe Owens making this up, right? This is how it unfolds. This is how it goes. That's just the way it is, right? Now, small amounts of new arrivals being dispersed in our glorious city isn't a problem because their culture won't dominate. Hopefully, it would be embraced into our Scouse culture, but because so many are being dispersed in our glorious city, that's not happening, right? The culture they're coming with, they're keeping hold of, right? So it's their ways, beliefs, standards, values that prevail in every street and every community where they dominate. That's the way it is. That's the way it's always been, and that's how it is, I'm afraid, right? One only has to look at London, as I've said, as a typical example, right? There's many other places. I'll give you a better one. Glodwick in Oldham. If you believe these are friendly, familiar places, then go and have a walk in and around Glodwick in Oldham. A fantastic Elvis impersonation guy behind me at the bottom. Just trying to bring a bit of light to these videos. I don't want them too depressing, right? So that's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Once more and more new arrivals sink their roots in so deep, they're in the driving seat, then we dance to their tune. Also, on West Derby Road, right, there's opposite the police station, round about that part of West Derby Road, there's menacing gangs of new arrivals standing on corners, outside shops. Has anyone else noticed this? I'm sure they have. And so, as I've said, these places become unfamiliar and unfriendly, right? It's not Joe Owens stirring trouble or making this up and trying to bring to the attention to as many people as possible what cultural change will mean for our city, right? It means our Scouse ways are replaced by other ways, right? Other value standards, cultures, character, identity. That's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Joe Owens making this up. It's not Joe Owens trying to stir trouble or anything like that. I wish I didn't have to come down here, right? I wish we weren't facing a terrible prospect of cultural change, because in 10 years' time, like I said in yesterday's video, the change in this city is going to be dramatic, right? Literally dramatic. So, and also, like I've said before, we're pre-warned. We've already seen what's happened to these other towns and cities across the country where cultural change has sunk its roots in so deep, they're well and truly in the driving seat. And yes, everything dances to their tune. Like I've said, it's not me making this up or wanting to cause trouble. If cultural change is bringing such wonders, then what's happened to the top of Smithdown Road and Kensington and Fairfield? Well, there you go. And also now, we're now seeing along West Derby Road, as I've said, opposite the police station and a bit further up going towards town, menacing looking gangs of new arrivals outside shops, standing on corners. Is this what we want for the future of our city? Well, the answer is no. And the only way to oppose this is not marching, not demonstrating, right? You have to vote those out who at the very, very least are turning a blind eye to it, at the very most aiding and abetting it. All the politicians, right, they'll just go along with it because they know they have to, right? Otherwise, their political careers will come to an end, right? That's the prevailing liberal mindset, flexing its muscles. You see, that is what is happening. Well, Joe Owens, I don't have nothing. They've got nothing to take from me, and I don't want nothing from them. So, sod ya, you can say and do what you want regarding yourself, but other people may not be so fortunate as me, if that is fortunate. Some people are in important jobs and they've got to pay a mortgage and they've got to do this. So they don't want any trouble. I understand that. Right? They don't want to get sacked or unfriended on Facebook. Wow. So all you have to do, right, is when a candidate is standing that opposes cultural change, go behind the curtain and give him your vote. No one knows who you vote for. At least we still have that democratic right. God forbid if that's ever taken away from us. So again, right, it's not Joe Owens bringing trouble, you know, along Church Street and whatever, making these videos. I have to because no one else will, and no one else will. We're going to lose our city. In 10 years' time, ladies and gentlemen, right, our city would have changed dramatically if cultural change is not halted, as well as the inflood of new arrivals. Obviously that brings cultural change. If the flood of new arrivals, that's how I should have put it, if the flood of new arrivals is not stemmed coming into our city, then cultural change will change it. It will change it every, it starts with every house, every street, every community. That's how it is. It's slow and insidious. But we've seen what's happened to Kensington and Fairfield. It's nearly consumed that once proud working class Scouse community. We see what's happened to the top of Smithdown Road. Paula Barker, you're the MP for that part of Wavertree. What have you got to say on this? Well, nothing. You've got nothing to say on it. You just remain in silence. Same with you. Liam Robinson, Wendy Salmon, Liz Parsons, councillors for Kensington and Fairfield. You're remaining silent in the belief it's just going to go away and we don't have nothing to worry about. Well, I'm afraid we do have something to worry about, right? We're losing our city. We're losing our cultural identity, our ways, our values, our belief. Everything that Scouse will go. If you don't believe me, then just look at other towns and cities across the country and look even further to Kensington and Fairfield and the top Smithdown Road. Okay, thank you. Hello, I just want to further add, I said to look further. What I meant was nearer Kensington and Fairfield. That's what I meant, not further, nearer. Like I've said, sometimes it's not so easy. You get your words mixed up. There's crowds milling past, people dodging in and out, whatever. So sometimes, you know, you can get your words mixed up. So what I meant was nearer, not further. But again, just doing this update, I just turn around and the cultural change it's so evident. It's scary because the change is, like as I said, it's so dramatic. So imagine this in 10 years' time. Well, exactly. Where's Kensington and Fairfield going to be in 10 years' time? Top of Smithdown Road. Christ, you'll be living there then. Don't think there'll be any local Scousers still there, right? It's the only one that'll be there. Probably if there's any elderly still there, I can't get out. But this is what happens, right? This is the inevitable consequence of cultural change. Elvis is just about to start off behind me, so I'll leave it to him and I'll see you again. Okay, cheers.